It is an all new drinks to words by.
And for those of you, and it's not scripted, as you can see.
Yeah, it's not. As we are coming virtually for hopefully the last time. And we June 15th is approaching, and we are gonna be slated back to the bar. I know me and David really haven't had this discussion, but I'm assuming we're both like down. You know what I mean? It's not like we're both not like, well, I don't know. So
I mean, you have more knowledge than I do in
no,
regards to it.
no. Everybody, that's the gift and the curse. That is me. Everybody thinks I have all this knowledge. Like, fucking Albert's gonna. I all I know is the same thing that
Yeah,
you guys know. That's
yeah.
it.
People assume that like we have the inside information. Like, dude, instead of trading, we can't. We go to fucking jail for this. No, it's not worth it.
Yeah. So it is an all new drinks towards by. What are you drinking?
I had to stop by 7-Eleven, so I got the Sierra Nevada Big Little Thing IPA, the Imperial IPA. I've had it before. You've seen it. I
Oh,
like it. It's 9%. It's gonna get me there.
all right. So what I am drinking is the last of the old Forester that you brought.
Oh,
Uh,
there it is.
yeah.
That's all that's left. No, you had to have some. We didn't go that bad, was
We
it?
you did. There was no we went that bad. It's you. There was 1/5 left of the bottle.
Hey, but we did two shows.
I know, I know, I
that's
know,
that's two shows worth.
I know. And June 3rd, we are launching our first ever drink commentary. As we have talked about this before, as we do the Zack Snyder cut of Army of the Dead.
Is it movies to drink by or
Oh, that
drinks?
would have been better. I was thinking drinking commentary.
Yeah,
Um, you
drinks,
know.
drinks to watch, or movies to drink by.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah,
Better than
drink
drinking
by.
commentary.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's golden. It's money. Money, baby. So yeah, I mean June 15th, as I was stating a little earlier on our first go of this, that's like it seems to be like the new Independence Day. Like
Yeah.
everybody's like, freedom! I get to sit at the bar.
But not only that, I believe that is the day that we actually bought the domain for for drinks to words by.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's our what 4 or 5 year 4 year anniversary. I think I want to say
Has it been that long?
it
It
has.
has to. It has to be 2 years. I want to say maybe three.
We're in
Could be
season
three.
yeah we're in season 3, so it's 3 years.
That was season two.
No, we're in season
I,
3.
don't- I don't. I don't know. You you
So 3 years,
you you
essentially
calculated
3 years.
this
Yeah,
way. Yeah.
three.
Okay.
So 3 years ago, we set out, and this was just the first ever time that we bought the domain. Because the reason why I know is because they're like, "Hey, do you want to renew this domain?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
So
Luckily, we got the money in the Venmo.
exactly, and you too can Venmo us. So help us out at Drinks to Words by. We would truly, truly appreciate it. I have a special guest that there's an me and Dave tried to do this a little bit on time today, but I as I was going to get gas at the gas station, it led me through a different way because I couldn't make a left, so I had to go do another way. And I was at the light. I looked, and I know we've been wanting to do this lately, and that is review Rero's uh, burrito or Rero's tacos.
It's burrito, right? Rero's. There's a place that opened right next to it. Did you see that?
It is Rero's burritos. Yes, it's a s'mores place.
Yeah, s'moreology.
Yeah,
Yeah,
s'moreology, which
yeah.
I don't know that many people that are like clamoring for s'mores.
Well, it's a dessert place, so I mean, people like s'mores. I just don't know what you can do with a s'more. Like, I'm interested to look over their menu. I don't. I'm not a big s'mores fan. I mean, sure, if we were like just drunk, I want some s'mores. We can't even say it right. Like s'mores.
Yeah.
Um, but like they should have had Smalls as their like opening day guests and shit.
That would have been cool. Nice little
Yeah.
throwback.
Yeah.
Whatever's left of the Old Forester, by the way, I put in a flask. So
Making plans for later on. What's going on?
no, it's just where I work they recycle glass, so I get all my glass and I just take it there, so that
Gotcha.
way it could get recycled. And I don't like to have that stuff around. But what I did get over at Rero's Tacos or Burritos, and the tagline is. The tagline there, for those that don't know, Rero's is this burrito shop that was supposed to open literally like 5 years ago, maybe 8, and realistically 10 years ago. It was at this place that we really never knew if it was ever going to open.
Yeah.
And the tagline was, when they finally did open this year, it was it took a lifetime to be open. And the caveat to that is it took a lifetime to get these fucking nachos. I was like, so right off the bat, I was already like, come on, guys, like you're trying to impress me, and it's taking fucking forever, you know?
Were there a lot of people there? Were they busy?
They were okay. They're busy, but I was super just like why are you taking so long? It's nachos. It's not that difficult. But I got chile verde nachos, to be fair. Which, I mean, I don't know what that means, but I mean, it's nachos. It's soggy. Okay. But they do the in and out thing where they have two sides.
Yeah, I saw that.
Right?
Yeah. There's a little seating area that they created, but it has the dual
car
drive-through. Yeah,
car drive-through. And I'm like, I'm not going in the one with the left-hand side because I don't want to be that guy that's trying to unbuckle my seat. And, that's basically made for if you have somebody in your passenger. That's perfectly. So I went on the other side. I placed my order. And their menu isn't that extensive. That's the other thing. It's really
a burrito shop. What do you want from them?
I don't know. Like, and it was kind of expensive too. I was like, this is kind of expensive for a burrito shop.
Well, you have to understand that they're trying to make up for the 10 years.
Yeah.
They had a long way to go. I don't know. I mean, is it more a fresher? Are they doing more fresh food? Is that why it takes longer? What do you want from a burrito shop? Some places just get too saturated with their like menu. It's like, dude, you have way too much shit. You can't tell me that you're doing all the stuff on this menu great. You know what I mean?
By the way, special guest, Fanta. I had to get a Fanta. Had to get an orange drink. So I'm there and I order, taking forever. I see the guy. I pull up to the cashier spot. I see the guy, and he's at like the table, putting the food in the bag, and I see 3 of them, and they're doing like this to the bag. I don't know what that is, but they're just touching the bag, like make sure it's all there, And it was just the most oddest thing. So the guy comes up to me and he's like, "Yeah, it's whatever." Pay him, and then he goes back to the bag that he was touching before and grabs it and then gives it to me. I'm like, if you knew that was my order, why didn't you just grab it, have it ready, and there you go. These guys waste a lot of time. I was, and right now I'm going through this, and the chips kind of taste a little stale.
How's the actual verde though?
Trying to get to that. They gave me chips, and then they gave me chips on the side, which I'm all for. It's okay.
It's not a go-to at this point. You'd have been better going to Peter's or Loco.
Yeah, but I wanted to give these guys a shot.
You have to, I wanted to too, but then like I went to the Tacos de los, the one over here by BP High School.
Mm.
That one I like. That one I recommend their food. Um, so at least I know I can save myself fucking whatever it was to go there.
It's definitely worth. Maybe I just gotta try the burrito when I'm there. Maybe that's
Yeah,
it.
that's what they're known for. It's the burrito shop, not the nacho shop. You just love nachos.
I do, and I was coming from work, and I hadn't had anything to eat.
You say stale. There's a lot of crunch in that.
That one was a crunch one.
Yeah.
That was the first crunch one I've had. But which is why when I order nachos, I have a weird thing about like, give me the nachos on the side and just throw all that stuff. Then I'll use it mainly as a dip because the nachos,
It sogs it.
yeah, it really sogs it. That's my preference.
Well, that's why I don't like melted cheese. I prefer like shredded cheese. Mind you, I'm not a big cheese guy.
Yeah.
I'm not a lactose guy, but the reason I like the the shredded cheese is all the nachos don't get stuck together. So I'm trying to pull apart and ripping the foundation of it, trying to get one fucking nacho with like just old melted cheese. You know what I mean? As time progresses, it just gets worse. It gets
Yeah.
gummy. Yeah.
What?
It's like, oh, it's all one nacho.
Yeah. That's a Saving Silverman reference right there.
Yes.
Great flick.
Oh, one nacho.
What were they called? What was it? Their Neil Diamond tribute band called?
I can't remember.
It was like the Diamond Studs or something like that. I forgot.
Let's see if I can look it up.
Yeah. The internet will tell us, ladies and gentlemen. The internet. Let us know what you're eating and drinking. But I thought Fanta would be the perfect combo for this. I was gonna pick up a beer, but I just really didn't have enough time to do it because I was trying to stay on course.
So how was work?
Work was great. I did a retirement party. And worked first and foremost. Has this ever happened to you? They tell me 2 weeks ago, they're like, hey, I don't know why ever since COVID, they haven't been sending out schedules, right? And so they tell me 2 weeks ago, hey, we're doing a retirement party on Thursday down over at Fort MacArthur. And we want you there apparently by 12. And I was like, okay, just remind me. Just remind me. And she's like, well, I'm going on vacation. So you need to remind yourself. I'm like, all right, but just remind me, So then
No email, no like
no
work
email, no
like, hey,
nothing, right? So then
government dollars at work.
yeah. So then I, this one of the girls that I work with has 2 phones. Sometimes she texts me from one phone, sometimes she texts me from the other. Okay? And it's really confusing. So last night I looked at the text and it said 2:00 because it started at 3:30. Right? So I'm like, oh, this is great. Because I remember there being a 2. I remember there being a 2 in there. So then, so I get up and, I do my regular stuff. I get out of the shower and it's like 12 and, I'm getting ready because I'm like, okay, I'll get there at 1, buy some food, eat before everything starts, whatever. Then I see a phone call, a missed phone call And then I call back and I'm like, yeah, what's up? They're like, where are you? Meanwhile, it's like 12:30. I'm like, oh, I'm at home. I'm just about to, get on the road. They're like, dude, you were supposed to be here 15 minutes ago. I'm like, what? What? Hang up. I bolt out the door. Of course, I'm catching every red light. Fucking traffic. I get there.
It's a Friday. There's gonna be traffic on Friday.
Well, it's Thursday. It's yeah.
You're right. It's Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah, and but 605 traffic, so the cleverest of all traffics.
Yeah.
And so another reason why I got to eat, I didn't eat. So I get there, and I had them get the ice for me, and I had them cut lemons and limes for me while I'm driving. They're like, what do you need? I'm like, I need lemons and limes cut. I need ice. I get there, and meanwhile, we got our shipment to restock all the coolers and everything in. And they
at the exact same time. So it's like, oh, great. More work.
Yeah, so there I am, just literally within the span of 30 minutes, restocked all the beers. I don't even know what the fuck I was just doing it. And before you know it, at 2:00, everybody was already coming in the bar. Nobody had an idea what was going on. Nobody had a clue, right? And I was just like, oh my fucking God, you guys have no idea how close you guys were to not having a very well-stocked party for this retirement. So, we go on and they're done by 5:00. So by 2 to 5, they're already done. The guy gives me a really great, very generous tip. So generous that I can't even say how much it was. And yeah,
it was Hamilton's good.
Yes, it was actually Hamilton's and tip good.
Nice, okay.
It was. I was like, wow, you just reimbursed me for Hamilton's. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, and it's times like that where I'm like, fuck, I love being a bartender. That moment where it's like I worked 3 hours and I get paid this for 1 week of work when I was a barista, as opposed to 3 hours, in a day. But then, going home was just fucking massive amounts of traffic. I hadn't eaten. I was kind of a little like not delusional, but hangry because I hadn't eaten and I was trying to get home and get closer to home. But then I started running out of gas, and I was just like, I got to stop off and get gas. And then that's what led me on this other adventure for Rero's, which is why I was so like adamant about like, more conscious of time because I was so starving and like really like looking at what these people were doing, with the food and why it was
just
taking
give
so long.
me food. Feed me or feed me to something. Just make me part of the food.
Yeah, exactly. So that was my day in a nutshell. Yeah. I've been
More
more what?
more appealing than my day. My day was I hurt my back. I was actually trying to work out today. I was doing kettlebell swings and my lower back just went, no. I'm sorry. No. It's like, it wasn't like fall to the ground bad, but it was like, you make that weird noise at first.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, lay down now.
You
lay down your old ass.
You have a gym membership. You're not going to the gym?
I'm still weary about going to the gym and wearing the mask and everything. I'm still not. I feel like I'm gonna wait till I get my second vaccination shot before I go to the gym because I just don't trust people. You know what I mean? You
shouldn't, because people at the gym are already disgusting enough. Nobody sanitizes their shit. I'm that guy that even before the gym, I was judging everybody. I was like, dude, you didn't wipe down your that machine, or you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Come on, you know. And I mean,
Yeah.
and it's not that I don't mind wiping it down for myself and wiping it down after for anybody else, but it's just the lack of consideration that people have when they're at the gym.
Well, people trip out because like it doesn't matter if it's a hot day, cold day, what. I wear a hoodie to the gym because if I'm gonna go on a bench and I got laid down, I'm gonna have the hoodie over my head so that my skin is not touching that mat. Because I've seen people with ringworm, and that shit is gross. That shit is gross, and I don't want a big fucking thing sticking in the back of my head. Like, no, that's good. I don't need that shit in my life.
Yeah.
I was like dealing with with wrestlers in high school. It's like, oh look, I got one here and one. Dude, what do you guys do? It's gross. So yeah, I like I said, I think I'm gonna wait till I get my second vaccination shot so that I feel a little more comfortable about me being around people who don't care. Because if anything, like I said, I've said this time and time again. If anything, what this pandemic showed us is that people are selfish and they're dirty.
Yeah.
Because you're spreading this fucking disease because you didn't care about anybody else. You just want to be out and about and do whatever, or you were out where you were sick and you just didn't care, and people aren't washing their hands enough or doing all this shit. Like, dude, cleanliness is next to godliness. So please.
And as we get out of this, you know, what's gonna be weird is when we talk to people that didn't live through it. You know, it's gonna be very Vietnam. You weren't there, man.
You weren't there.
You know.
We were wiping down groceries, man.
Toilet paper. Toilet paper non-existent, man.
Yeah.
You never knew.
Getting extra napkins.
Yeah, day-to-day white, man. By the way, speaking of extra napkins, I have a plethora of to-go napkins at my place. And I thought I was being cool with having a silver cup that I'm like, oh, you know, David cannot break this. But David can spill it.
That's what more than half a bottle of Old Forester gets you.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh my god. And then I remember like just like, well, you're like, do you have napkins? I'm like, yeah, right here, you know? You're like, you need more than that. You went to your car, you got like an old shirt. I'm like, what is going on?
Old shirt.
Yeah.
I was wondering why.
Yeah, and there you are, like fucking like Cinderella, just fucking wiping the floor with, and I'm like, what?
The movie was still on, right? We were still doing that while the movie was going on.
And I wanted to pause, but you're like, just let it go.
Just let it go.
Like, all right.
Fuck it. This is real, folks. This is real.
Yeah.
The alcohol is real.
Yeah. So I was just like, dude, if I ever have David over again, I really got to David proof this place. For sure.
It's too small. The place is too small.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't meant to have shows here. You know what I mean?
It wasn't meant for somebody 6 foot.
Mm-hmm.
240. 6 foot 240. So yeah, I mean, other than that, dude, I mean, that was a fun one. I kind of want to go back and listen to that one. I haven't gone back to listen to that one yet. That's gonna be an interesting one.
Yeah.
Imagine we had that one on fucking. We were recording that one
on video.
Video just fucking shit down.
I'd be like, there he is.
There he is.
Fucking Cinderella right there. Yeah. Good times. Good times. Are you gonna miss doing the virtual show? Do you think? I know you're big on us together. You know what I mean?
I'm very big on that, and it's convenient for times when we can't be together. Like, I have the travel job coming up again, so if there's an opportunity, yeah. So I mean, but that's not for till like October. So if it's an instance where I'm in a hotel room, then we can do like a show. We can still do the
Yeah.
show, so it still works out virtually.
Right, but moving forward, because I'd be back at the bar. We'll let you guys know the day. I'm assuming it's gonna be a Saturday. I'm assuming, but we'll see.
We'll just have to play it by ear. We still have to get confirmation that we can do it again.
Yeah. After June 15th, after next Tuesday.
Yeah.
It seems
plus you gotta give us a second. Like the bar is just gonna be hectic. Like that first week, I just think it's gonna be really hectic. So, it's gonna be an opportunity where it's gonna be it might not have the opportunity to be able to really do the show without like just a raucous crowd.
But I wouldn't mind a ruckus crowd.
Yeah. Again, play it by ear, see how it goes.
This is the one misstep in nachos when you got them is when you have to use a fork. They cease to become nachos, in my personal opinion.
It's because they're all sogged together. Well, you got a soggy element. You got something that comes in its own sauce on top of if they melted the cheese. Did they melt the cheese?
Yeah, cheese is melted and it has beans in it and.
Yeah, so you got a bunch of soggy components into your nachos. You have to think logically in regards to the amount of time you have to eat the nachos and what your ingredients are. You like the salsa verde because you used to get them at a Lazy Dog.
Yeah,
that was your thing.
But they were, they were on point there. So hopefully June 15th, Lazy Dog will have their chile verde nachos, and I can do that again. That's when I know this pandemic's over.
They cut some of those stuff out, right? Restaurants were cutting certain things out because like we're saving money on certain things.
Yeah, because they used a wood brick pizza or something like that, or wood brick oven, and that's why they weren't doing any pizzas or anything like that because they were just saving so much money. So
it makes sense. You went through that, Fanta.
I love orange soda. That's a fun fact about me.
Ladies.
Like, I love Keenan and Kel because that was like their thing too, was like orange soda. I'm like, oh my God, they get it. They get it. Why so good.
Well, wasn't that Bill Cosby's thing on the Cosby Show? He loved orange soda too.
Was it? I don't remember.
I want to say it was orange soda, or was it grape?
It might have been grape. I'm a grape soda fan too, as well.
So you just like all the Fanta flavors. I'm gonna start. You know what I like mixing? This is weird. Strawberry Fanta with Coke.
That is weird.
Yeah, it's good to me anyway. Oh, P.S. Diamonds in the Rough.
Yes.
Yes. Diamonds in the Rough was the name of the Saving Silverman band. Neil Diamond.
Yeah, I love Neil Diamond though. He's one of my all-time faves. Neil Diamond reminds me of my mom. She would always play his music, and I was just so I'm always thinking of her whenever I hear Neil Diamond. So that was cool though. Then he had that cameo, and
yeah,
I was like, resurgence. Why isn't there a resurgence of Neil Diamond?
Yeah, we got to bring him to the masses, the new generation. Like He-Man. He-Man's coming back after 40 years.
Has it been 40 years? It can't be 40 years.
It's almost 40 years. Literally almost 40 years.
Oh, my God. Yeah, Kevin Smith is one of the writers on it with Mark Bernard. So I'm very curious to see what's the storyline, it has. I'm not saying it has to be the same, but it's kind of going to.
I'm going to assume it's the same with a little more upbeat type of, with more action than it was before. The cartoon work looks really good.
That's dropping in July, I believe.
So yeah, the first episode was 1983, September 5th. That's another 40 years, dude. Yeah.
No. 83 plus 40 is 2003. 2023. So
I
minus
said
2.
almost 40
Okay. Okay.
years.
Yeah,
38 years. Okay, fuck. Let's do math here. Fuck.
Sorry, I was just.
So I was born in 80 and I'm 40. So I'm doing math.
Moving
Reboots
back.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Like the GI Joe. Remember GI Joe?
The
The
movies?
new movies. Yeah, they were terrible.
I loved them. I
The
absolutely
first
loved
one
them.
was better than the second one was just way too much. I mean, I loved Bruce Willis's character. You know, all the guns in the house. But they have the Origins one. I guess they're gonna do the storyline of how Snake Eyes became Snake Eyes.
That's gonna be cool. I'm down
Yeah.
with that. Snake
Yeah,
Eyes.
so that looks really fucking good.
Snake Eyes was always everyone's favorite toy to play with. You know what I mean? So
He was what everybody wanted
yeah,
because he was the ninja. Who
yeah,
didn't like ninjas? We bought kung fu shoes in the 80s, dude, that had no padding, would slide everywhere, break a fucking toe or ankle, but you had a kung fu shoe.
yeah. So
Best.
well, see, I've been. I don't know. I'm not saying I haven't been writing. I haven't been writing a lot lately, just because I'm trying to see what topics I do have, if any. Yeah, I haven't really been.
Yeah, I was kind of underprepared because we were supposed to actually have a guest this week.
Yeah,
So I was basing everything that we were going to discuss around the guest. The guest became unavailable, which we still have to work on, see if we can get that for next week. So I was I didn't put too much thought into what the show was going to be.
yeah.
Plus, it was kind of last minute. You're like, "Want to shoot right now? Like tonight?" It was like 4:00. I'm like, "Sure, I guess. Okay."
Well, that too, because these past few weeks I've been doing a lot of graduation parties, and I have another graduation party on Saturday, and I'm just like, dude, I'm like, if we do a show and I'm drinking or whatever, and it's I got to make it to this party. Like I
Is it at work or is it like a private gig?
no, it's one of my old friends. He graduated from nursing school, and
cool.
so he texted me 2 months ago about this. He's like, I'm graduating. No, I'm sorry, a month ago. He texted me a month ago. He's like, I'm graduating on this day, but I told him, like, I don't know where my life is gonna be a month from now. I'm like, but I'll go. If everything works out the way it's supposed to, I'll go. I just didn't know there was tons of. I mean, because June is the graduation month. That's when everyone's graduating from everything. So I didn't know if I was going to be at my goddaughter's graduation or what. And of course, I still didn't know what the COVID situation was going to be and whatnot. So, I was just like, we'll see. So it finally came, and I had another buddy come down from New York. He's here visiting, and we met up at the Cove really quick. And it's weird. We've never drank together. We were junior class president and vice president. He was the president, and of course I was junior class vice president, as always. And we threw on
the man behind the man.
Yeah, we threw the best senior prom, and it was the most profitable prom. It was the prom that everybody based their proms upon. And we were the first class to have a surplus of money going into our senior year for the next class. And so to say we did a good job is, an understatement. We did a phenomenal job.
So you didn't do council your senior year, considering you guys did so amazingly?
No, I moved on to Chief of Justice for my senior year. I was a judge. I ruled the court
for what?
Just
all the criminals at Bassett?
Yes. No, just for all there was some shit that went down, man. And they were trying to expel one of the freshman presidents, and I had to preside over it, and it was
What?
It was insane, dude. Dude, like it's weird how in like high school, even the politics of like the classes is so political and cutthroat. I'm like, dude, I never want to be in politics ever again. If this is high school politics, I'm like, fuck this.
That's just at your school. I don't know anything like that. I would assume there's some backstabbing, but expelling somebody and you need school judges,
Yeah.
fucking no. I'm sorry. That's just too much. I
Now,
mean, we had an all-out brawl at our school between
oh,
the classes.
brawls, schmalls,
Yeah.
whatever. I'm
The
talking political thrillers, okay? Uh,
the good, the bad, and the ugly.
yeah. So I moved up, and then I forgot what he ended up being, but off and on, like so we were the first class too to uh we were very forward in thinking because we developed a plan to recycle oil. You can get a lot of money if you recycle oil. So we had like at least 1,000 of these plastic things that we would hand out to different homes. And it'd be like, hey, all you have to do is when you change your oil in your car, put it in here and you take it to a local, a local shop and they'll recycle it for you instead of dumping it down the, like in the 90s, you would just fucking dump it down the sewer. Where's it go? I don't know. The sewer.
Here?
Yeah. But
This is not here.
exactly. So we were the first class to implement something like that, and it was extremely cost worthy because I believe we got $2,000 for passing that out, and there was only like 4 or 5 of us that were doing it. And so my buddy Barney, the reason why I became Barney is because one morning he came wearing purple and green. He was wearing purple sweats and a green sweatshirt, and someone's like, "Dude, who are you, Barney?" And then it just stuck,
It doesn't take much in high school.
Yeah,
It does it.
and not only
Somebody
that,
says something funny, it's over.
yeah, and not only that, but there was like 1,000 cells, so it was just like we need to differentiate all these cells, and then he just became Barney Barnes. You know what I mean? And so and to this day, I still call him Barney. I'm like, fucking Barney, dude. What, how are you doing? And so he saw the code. He's like, oh my god. And I'm like, yeah, let's get a drink there. He's like, let's meet up. He's like, okay. So I took him there to the Cove. And before you know it, I'm like, oh, get whatever you want. He's like, oh, I'll take a gin and tonic. I'm like, you drink gin? I never knew. And he's like, yeah, I'm a gin guy. I'm like, oh, don't get him a gin and tonic. I'm like, get him a smash. And, we got him a smash. And, it was just cool just catching up. And, I see him from time to time. But that was the first time it was just like me and him. Usually it's just like it's a bunch of us. And we're all just trying to, catch up all together at once. But that was just like the first time that we got together. So it was cool. It was nice. I'm extremely fortunate that people want me in their life for a long time. I have a lot of friendships that have endured the test of time. Granted, I do have some that haven't, but but those are few and far between. Yeah, those are few and far between. But so that's great. And so we might be meeting up again and going over to my other buddy Sal's house for his graduation coming up, which would be a great surprise for my other buddy.
You need a planner.
What do you mean?
You need to be more like, okay, let me put this in so I know not to double book my day, or at least if I know like it's something more serious, like how do I work around it? You seem like with your job, hey, 2 weeks to the retirement party. Remind me. Not like, okay, let me put this in. Remind me.
Yeah, but at the same time, they used to send me a schedule every week, and that was my reminder. But they've got so lax that I'm just like, guys, like, you can't just tell somebody, you know what I mean? Like, you have to, they're like, well, everyone knows their schedules. I'm like, yeah, except when it's like a a day that you normally don't work. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, Friday. I work Friday.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah. And all of a sudden, here's a Thursday. You throw a Thursday my way, and I'm like, remind me. You need that. Very important. So, yeah, very, very interesting. I don't know how I'm feeling on these nachos, man. I mean,
You've already kind of given them a thumbs down.
I kind of did. Not really. I mean, I'm eating them, but only just because I'm starving.
You're hungry. I mean, again, was the verde sauce any good? Was it like if you had it in a burrito, would it be better?
I'm gonna have to do a burrito.
You give them one shot. You get one more shot. Hey, if you're willing to give them two, if you'd have gone with the burrito first, it would have told you everything about the nachos.
You're right.
You know what I mean? It's not, again, it's the burrito shot. Like now I'm more apt to go to s'morology.
But s'more, I mean, you can't fuck up a s'more. You can't have a bad s'more, I believe.
You thought you couldn't have a fucked up nachos. You love nachos, and here we are.
Yeah. Touche. I will say this, the Fanta was refreshing. I loved it. I was like, how was Rero's? Go there for the Fanta.
Well, that's like a Boca de Rio. Boca de Rio.
I love Boca de Rio.
See, but it's good, but way back when, before they had letters, that place was questionable. Like there was roaches on the counter, and and it was like you don't know how fresh the food was. Like I would get like the runs from that place.
Yeah,
it tasted amazing, but it was gonna fuck you up. And I've stayed away from it. But the other day, I would say 2 weeks ago, Patrick, he was like, "Hey, I got some tacos here." It was like a Taco Tuesday. He's like, "I got some tacos. You want some from Boca?" I was like, "All right, let me give them a shot." And they're really tasty. So I was like, "Okay, I could go back."
If you think that's crazy, you should check out their presence on Facebook and on Instagram. It totally looks completely different. The Boca that we knew, they have evolved. Yeah.
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 Well, yeah, they had to because I'm sure they were shut down for a while.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, before I was thinking of Rero's, I was gonna go to Boca because I like getting their nachos there, but I just didn't want to wait in line, and the way the car and the way the lanes and everything just happened.
The parking there sucks.
Yeah. And I didn't have time, so I was just like, fuck it. I'm like, let me try this Rero's place and see how it is. But I am gonna. They do have a California burrito at Rero's, and California burritos are one of my favorite types of burritos. So I'm definitely gonna. I guess I'm gonna give them one more shot. Maybe next show, I'll bring in a California burrito and we both try it. Right there at the bar. So we'll see. Sports.
What we should do is you bring a burrito from your place or from Rero's, and I'll bring a burrito from the place that I like, and we can match them together.
Yeah.
So, all right, this is the place. Sports.
Yes, sports. The Lakers didn't make it. I don't know if we talked about that last time or not. They were in the.
Well, the game was on that day that we were recording. Yeah, they were eliminated. So the 4 teams left in the West have never been to a championship match. So it'll be a first time for one of those teams. And in the East, I think the last time somebody was in the championship was 1985. That was the Sixers.
Really?
Yeah, the Nets have never been. The Bucks was like the 70s. Yeah, so all the teams that are there now have not been to NBA Finals in the last 30 years.
I just saw Blake Griffin. He's on the Brooklyn Nets.
Mm-hmm.
And I completely forgot about him. And I was just like, oh my God. I saw him on TV. I'm like, oh my God, there's Blake Griffin. He still looks like Blake Griffin. It's like, all right, and I was just like, I'm like, if the Clippers can't do it, or if anything, I want the Clippers and the Nets to go to the finals, and that would be an interesting, saga.
I mean, right now, the way it's happening, I think the next round of match is going to be Utah versus Phoenix. Right now, Phoenix is playing fucking lights out. They're going crazy, and nobody's going to go against the Nets. The Nets just, I mean, they built this team like the Warriors built the team. It's like you have your starting five was all stars. It's like, come on now, they basically bought this championship. But there is rumor that Russell Westbrook has had in talks with the Lakers.
Really?
So that would be a game changer.
Fuck yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
who doesn't want to be a Laker? You know,
a lot of people.
I don't know, man. I think being a Laker is just, it's like, okay, yes, I'm serious about winning a championship. Type
But see,
thing.
that's it. It's like right now, if your mindset is I want to go win a championship, then you want to go play with the Nets because they're built with more talent to go and continuously go to the championship finals. You know what I mean? Right now, they're going to have to blow up the Lakers. The Lakers just got lost in
Yeah.
the first round, so they're going to get rid of all the small contracts. They're going to try to get another big name in there, and then a bunch of small contracts with veterans.
Are
So
they're saying that AD is going to be the future? I don't think so. He
if
doesn't
he
take.
if he can stay healthy, sure.
I don't think he can. Personally,
Big men once they get hurt, they just start staying hurt. They just always stay hurt. It's the thing. It's like because our bodies are not supposed to be that big, so their bones are more brittle and everything.
I saw something today about Notre Dame joining a perhaps another conference or something like that. Did you see that?
I didn't really.
Yeah.
I think they should. There shouldn't be any independent colleges in football. But the problem is that the beauty of the independent for them was they got to play every conference
Yeah.
as opposed to just playing people within their conference. I don't know. I mean, it worked out. They were in the playoffs, so they could have they did well because they had a schedule.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that right now. I forgot. It was on it was on the ticker on ESPN, and I was like, oh, what is that saying? Let me look it up. Anything else going on in sports?
Let me see. The Bucks just won. They actually beat the Nets today. The Jazz, no, I mean Oklahoma won the women's softball championship today. Good for them.
I saw that. Yeah.
They beat Florida State. I don't know. Baseball's still too early in the season. I can't get excited about baseball yet. Not that I normally do anyway. Uh, hmm.
So right now, the current proposal for a college football playoff includes 12 teams and
Yes.
has the four highest ranked in the conference. And then the championships will receive a first round bye. And then it says as long as Notre Dame remains independent, it won't be able to qualify for the first round bye. So I guess,
Really?
yeah,
Because they don't have a conference championship under their belt.
yeah. So I guess that's what it was that they were talking about. Which
I guess it makes sense. I mean, I'm not going to hold it against them, I mean, I think if they're the number one team in the nation, they should play. They should get a bye. So I think they can bypass that. It just depends on how good they're doing and where they rank.
yeah,
Yeah, because it said like the four teams that were in the playoffs would have got byes this first round. I think it works out. I'm okay with expanding it because it gives you the mid-major conferences a chance. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, here's your chance. You killed your division that nobody watches. Now let's see you go up against one of the bigger teams. Some people want more teams, but I think because we haven't had anything more than four teams, it's always been a lot of controversy. 12, if you can't be happy with 12, you're never going to be happy. You're not going to get a 64 fucking team playoff. You know what I mean?
Who is that player that's now on the Titans?
Julio Jones.
Yes.
Julio Jones.
Julio Jones.
That was a big pickup. That was a really big pickup for him. I just don't know if he's the deciding factor. You know, like everybody's, oh, they're going to win a championship now. It's too hard in football. Football is too hard to change one team all the way around. I mean, outside of like, you know, a team getting Aaron Rodgers, like, okay, now you're a playoff team. You're not going to win the championship, except for the Bucks. You know, you got Tom Brady, and all of a sudden, like, they won the championship. You know, it's like, it's not like basketball. Like when the Warriors got fucking, or the Heat got LeBron James, or the Warriors got fucking Kevin Durant. It's like, all right, you guys are now going to win a championship. So, football as it is. I think it's great for Tennessee. They're going to be way tougher to beat. Way tougher to beat. But again, somebody gets hurt, and there you go. You know, everybody's. You always got to think of what could happen, or you know, what the things that could ruin an entire season. Somebody gets hurt. You know, they're out for the season. I hate when it's the playoffs. Or I mean, it's like preseason, and one of these rookies is their first year playing, and they blow out their knee.
Oh yeah, that's
the worst. Like, oh damn, I'm so sorry, bro. It's like your chance at the big show, and now you're gonna have to come back from a massive injury. You know, yeah. Joe Burrow was having a great rookie season, and they fucked up his knee. Surgery first year, you know.
But that's the sport. You know what I mean? You're the starting quarterback, and then they shank you in your lung. You know what I mean? And then you're out.
Well, my thing was like, dude, they were talking about it. Like, I get why they picked, like, in the draft, they picked up his college favorite receiver.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it. You picked up his favorite target, but you still don't have anybody to block for him, and his knee went out the fucking door. If he gets hurt again, you still don't have anybody to throw to that guy. You should have got the best tackle in the fucking draft and protect him, and then trade up and get the guy again. You could have traded up and got him. You could have done a lot of shit. Just two guys in the entire draft.
Yeah, linemen are, you know, the really the cornerstone of a good football team. You have shitty linemen, you know, and linemen get hurt. So you need a multiple stacks of those guys.
Look at the Super Bowl. They're the linemen for the Chiefs. They got run over. They got demolished, and both those tackles are out. They got rid of them right now. It's like, all right, you guys are done. You're fired. We're gonna release you, as they like to call it. You're fired. Our quarterback, the Mahomes ran like 300 yards behind the line of scrimmage, trying to get away from the fucking the rush. That's horrible, man. He's tired. I'm just tired.
I just saw this. San Jose Sharks to become the first NHL team to accept cryptocurrency.
Are they like El Salvador?
Is El Salvador doing that too?
El Salvador has become like the first nation that accepts cryptocurrency.
Wow. That is... I don't know how to feel about that. I mean, that's interesting news. The more and more cryptocurrency gets accepted, the more viable it becomes. You know, and I said this a while ago. I'm like, if I'm at like Peter's El Loco and they're accepting, you know, cryptocurrency, we're at the Cove, and I'm like, okay, maybe it's time I invest in this shit.
Yeah. I mean, you look at Tesla. Elon Musk was pushing cryptocurrency. We had this discussion before, and now Tesla won't accept cryptocurrency. It's like, you're the one who's pushing this. You created your own cryptocurrency, but you don't want to take it. There's something shady there.
Very shady, definitely, indeed. Is that it for sports? I'm looking.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much else that's going on right now because the playoffs are still in the middle of playoffs. I mean, NHL hockey playoffs are going. I don't follow that enough to really talk about it. The Euro championships in soccer. Did you happen to catch the bullshit fight between Mayweather and, is it Jake or Logan Paul?
One of those Pauls. No, I didn't. I will not fall into this trap. Okay.
It is people, but it's already fallen. People have already fallen for this bullshit. People have fallen for. People have sucked it up like it's fucking cherry pie or something. Like, oh, I got it in my face. It's horrible. It's like if people ignore things, it goes away. But nobody's ignoring this. It's people are willing to spend money just because. I don't know why. What even Mayweather said, like, I am the greatest legal burglar of all time, because he knows he's stealing money. He's getting paid for nothing. Nothing. It's not a real fight. It was never a real fight. They didn't even have judges. They were going to declare no winner. They didn't have anybody declare a winner. There was no winner. There was just 8 rounds of exhibition, and people paid money to watch this on pay-per-view, and that's fucking ridiculous. You could have spent your time, like, you could have got a streaming service for like 3 months for what people were paying, and then and get real entertainment for 3 months. I could have got Paramount Plus and watched the new SpongeBob or something. You know what I mean? It's fucking horrible. Or the new Rugrats. They got Rugrats again.
The more basketball used to be this really elegant, really fun sport, and it's
Really though?
Well, as far when Mike Tyson was there, it was pretty cool, and then
boxing, because you said basketball.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did I say I meant boxing? Boxing used to be a really cool sport, and the older the sport gets, the more it's becoming just like hey, we could get to fight. It's basically becoming bum fights, essentially.
Yeah, it really is. But people, these guys are getting rich off of this. Boxing is the equivalent of fucking Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
There's no reason for these people to be famous, but people eat it up. I don't know why people eat it up, but people eat it up. And that's what this is. It's the equivalent to Jersey Shore. It's just horrible to me. And you're right. Boxing was a sport that you appreciated for the warriors that would go to battle, and now it becomes a who can talk the most shit to pump people up to get people to buy the pay-per-view, and then the fight sucks. You know what I mean? You're paying more money for a shittier fight. You can rewatch fucking Sugar Ray Leonard versus Duran and watch a real fight. You know what I mean? It's horrible. It's really fucking horrible. I can't stand the sport. Not anymore. Not what they're making it.
Right. I get it. I'm with you. I'm with you. And if you're with us, go ahead, email us drinkswordsby@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts on what you perceive as well. Last call for topics. We got any topics? I got one. I got sunburnt the other day. I was doing some freelance work, shooting a video, and dude,
Was that you with the picture in your tank top?
Yeah. What do you mean? Was that me? You couldn't tell that was me?
No, was that the day I meant?
Oh yeah.
That you got the sunburn? Yeah, because you're out in the sun in a tank top.
Yeah. Dude, I look like a lobster, man. Like, you can't tell right now, but oh my God, I'm all red everywhere. It's not fun. And it just happened, so I'm like waiting like until like 2 days from now when my skin starts peeling everywhere, and sunburns are not fun.
No. I hate the sun. Fuck the sun. I like at Coachella, I have long sleeve shirts. I have a gaiter over that and a hat over. Like, you can't see my face. My skin is not exposed. My legs, I wear shorts, and my legs are exposed. But outside of like between my shin and my ankle, no skin is exposed. Fuck the sun.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck the sun. Oh man. I'm trying to think what else I got going on.
I don't have anything.
Yeah, this was just kind of not necessarily a boring week in our lives, but
I think it's just too much anticipation for next week. I think everything is just kind of a build-up for next week. Everything is just a build-up for the 15th, and and kind of like, all right, let's see what being open is like, and if people still if people will take accountability at all. Like, because some people are going to know that the anti-vaxxers are going to be like, no, yeah, sure, I got vaxxed, whatever. You're not going to get checked to get vaxxed, but if you're sick, don't go out. Let's make that just the new norm. If you're sick, don't go out. Allergies, I get, but if you are legitimately fucking sick, keep your ass at home. Don't be at the bar sneezing because you want a fucking cocktail.
Right. Yeah, if someone's at the bar sneezing or cold, I'm sure they're gonna kick them out right then and there. I at least I know at the code they're not gonna really take that. Oh, speaking of which, last week I told you to write something down. It just reminded me of, should you delete people's numbers?
Oh, you know what? I had that in here, but I wasn't sure if we had discussed it in the last show.
No, because it was after the show, and we were talking about it, and I was like,
Yeah,
write that down, and it just
I
came
did.
to
I
me
did
right
here.
now. Yeah, yeah, and I'm for it because deleting somebody's number, if you didn't have a positive experience with them, why am I ever going to call them back? Why am I ever going to get back in touch with that person? You might as well just delete it. What's your take?
But it's not so much like it's not so much you're going to go out of your way to find their number and call them. It's you have to protect yourself from that number. Like if you if you see somebody that, like, again, you didn't have a good experience with trying to reach out to you, you know not to answer that number because you know who it was. Because if you delete a number and then some number calls you and you pick it up, you're like, ah, god damn it.
I
What do you want?
don't. Well, I'm pretty sure they would send a text first, and if they did call, and if I did get caught, that I'd just be like, "Hey, how's it going?" Like, "No, thank you." It'd pretty much be like, "No, that's all right. We're good."
I I I I say you don't delete for that reason. Like that way you can keep an eye out for anybody who's trying to, like, no, I know to ignore this number. Because sometimes you see a number like, hey, what's up? And you're like, who's this? Oh, it's so and so. God damn it. And I replied like, oh, look, let's just avoid this altogether. You know what I mean? As opposed to just avoiding it from the first go. Like, no, Satan, stay away.
I rebuke thee.
uh, so you're for deleting, I'm for keeping, but so that you can keep an eye out. Again, you can delete all the messages so it's not within your first, like, couple of texts. Like, I got texts from way back when just because I forget to delete. Like, it's nothing. I'd have to go through and go, okay, do I really need this person's messages still up here? No, I don't. But I just haven't gone through them. I'm sure I have from like 2016. Oh, speaking of numbers, I got a scam text today.
Scam text.
Scam text.
Do tell.
It was a text from Chase Bank saying that they had to suspend my account and that I have to log into the website. I don't have an account with Chase, so I was like, no. But then it was one of those, like, because if you click the link, it does take you to a Chase website. I don't know if it's their Chase website.
No, it's not. It's a
Again,
mirror wall.
I don't have Chase, so that I went to Chase because you can't call customer service because it's all automated and they want your account number. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't something open in my name. So I actually literally went to Chase. I go, look, is there anything open in my name? Check my social security number, check my fucking ID, and they go, there's nothing open. Cool. It was a scam call. Great. A part of me wanted to fuck with the number though. Like, I wanted to just start texting the number.
And do
just,
what?
just like, should I call the authorities? No, you should do this. Really? Why don't you give me a call and help me with this so I can talk to them? What the fuck do you want?
Yeah, they're
But
getting smarter and smarter. I've been getting a few that's saying, "Hey, this is UPS, and your package has been lost. We need you to log in and do all this other shit." And I'm like, I'm not getting anything sent in.
yeah,
This is weird. I'm like, no, delete.
people people fall for it. People fucking, and I mean, they wouldn't be doing it if they didn't get at least like a couple thousand a day from, if they send out 1,000 calls and they get 2 people, they made money. It doesn't hurt them because they're all in. I was watching this YouTube video where it's the guy. Have you ever seen the glitter bombs?
Yes.
So that guy, it turns out like like his video was all about finding people who were scamming people. So there'd be people who like, oh, send the money via like fucking Instagram, like packages. Send a package with the money, however much, and then they get it delivered to a house. And the people, and it's just a random like people would rent an Airbnb for the day to fucking to pose as the person who lives at that house, and they're receiving the package.
Wow.
Yeah, and they never even go inside the house. They're just waiting outside for the VP. Oh, I'm here to deliver to. I'm the person delivered to me. So yeah, it's a crazy video, but it goes like they were going all the way back. So there's like another guy on YouTube who's really good technically. So he'll log into their computer, and he fucks with their computers with the scammers. So he like backtracks it into their computer.
Right.
So it's fucking yeah. But yeah, there's so many people who get scammed. It's fucking ridiculous.
I got another email from Norton Security, and this one's good. They're like, "Oh, this is Norton Security. Just to let you know, your card has been renewed for $299 charge." And I'm just like, no. And they even have a phone number. They're like, call us, or call our customer service. But the one thing that I always notice, and this is pro tips to know if this is a scam or not, is if you go and you look and see the to and from, because sometimes they'll what they call like blind carbon copy you. Mm-hmm. And if you notice that you're a blind carbon copy, that it's a scam, they're sending it to 1,000 different people. That, and if they do send it to you, I go and I look and I click on exactly what is the email address that I'm getting it from. And if it's like a crazy email address with like 1,000 different like letters in it, I'm like,
yeah,
scam, these bastards.
It's like Chase 45347, like all this black. Yeah. We used to, when you work in with like collections or customer service, stuff like that, where you do computers and you can get a lot of stuff like that, like viruses. They're always trading you on that shit, and sometimes the company will send a bogus email just to see if you would open it. Then if you do, then you're in trouble. You have to fucking go through a class.
I mean, I'm gonna open it, but I'm not gonna click on the link. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, what's this all about?
No, because the moment you open it, it could already release the virus.
Oh shit!
It's the pink slip virus. You're gonna say goodbye. You're gonna get fired. It's gonna be traced back to you.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Shit. I mean, I click on the email, but I don't. I read the email, but I don't. These guys are getting good. But we just gotta stay vigilant, guys. We just gotta stay vigilant and let everybody know what's going on with that. So I'm glad that we had this conversation to like really let people know. And it's not necessarily us. It's the older people that are that we really
check out for your grandma, grandpa. Check out for the older people who can't differentiate between what it's a scam and just thinking, oh my god, I'm in trouble. Because that's who they really go after. They really go after the older people.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, if I'm in trouble, I'm like, I'll get a mail, or you know what I mean? Like, they'll find me.
Yeah.
They really want me. They'll find me. Fuck it.
Yeah. Come to my door. Send the cops, by all means. Like, we're going to send the cops. By all means, send them. I'll be here.
Yeah.
I'll wait on the phone with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Any more topics?
I've got nothing. Like I said, I wasn't really overly prepared for this show. With the fact that we were supposed to have a guest, and then, like I said, anticipation for next week and how everything's gonna go. So, we'll see.
Yeah.
check back with us, everybody. Unless you have anybody have topics that they want us to discuss, by all means, bring it up so that we can discuss on the next show. So it saves us the opportunity of just looking dumb.
That's gonna happen though. That's gonna happen
Nachos. We
sometimes.
have nachos.
Yeah, we have a review of Rero's burrito shop, which I didn't even have a burrito. I had their nachos. So
Take a listen to movies to drink by that
yeah,
episode. Let us know. You can watch it with us basically, or if there's a movie you want us to drunk watch, let us know. I would love to see a movie and check it out on your behalf or with you later. We can do it.
yeah, we're totally looking forward to that, and that comes out July 3rd, because in the movie on July 3rd, that's when they bomb Vegas. So they have to be out by July 3rd. So that's why we decided to just kind of drop it.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, that day. So, so it coincides. So, watch it. Let us know. We're keeping you in anticipation of that. And speaking of being in anticipation, if you're anticipating going on road trips or whatever, you can take us along with you on the many plethora of streaming platforms that we are available on. We are available on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google, TuneIn, Amazon, Deezer, and yes, we are on the YouTube, so you can actually watch the show and drink with us live. So I know some people like watching us on YouTube as opposed to listening to us, but whatever your way, we are available on so many platforms for you. We are also on the Venmo. That's right. If you think we did a good job or if you think we did a horrible job, throw us money regardless. We are down. We are down for your money.
We do reinvest back into the show, everybody. We really do.
Yeah, I swear. And we've been saving all this money from COVID just, essentially for next week. We're not going to go crazy, but.
Yeah, very crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and if you want more information about next week, go ahead, email us, drinkswordsby@gmail.com, or slide in the DM because we are on Instagram. So go ahead and do all that. If you want to come meet us and partake in our first show back at the bar. So that is definitely going to be a fun experience. We have no idea what's going to happen. We might actually have our guest come in that day. So, and if she does, you want to be there because it's a girl. I'm like, because it's a girl. So you want to definitely check that out. Final cheers.
Final cheers. Wow. Okay. Cheers to everybody who's bought me a drink since the bar's been open again. Cheers to all you guys. I truly appreciate it because it happens randomly, right? We're just there chilling, and someone's like, you know what? Let me buy you a drink because they haven't seen us in a while or whatever. So cheers to all you guys. I appreciate saving me the money on that fucking on that bill.
Definitely,
and the extra alcohol I wasn't gonna drink.
Exactly. Definitely major cheers to you.
Yeah.
My final cheers is gonna go to Rero's Burritos. I hope you make it, man.
You're not gonna make it on your nachos, but hopefully you make it on the burritos.
I'll give your burritos a shot, but your nachos not so much. That's.
You know what because a place I always have to try kind of the burrito the first time I go anywhere, only because I want to see how their meat is. Like if the meat is flavored, because some places don't marinate their meat; it's just dry, and they just hope everything else around it, like the salsa, is gonna cover, like take over. You're gonna like it, but you gotta flavor the fucking the meat. You gotta have some fucking flavor in the meat by itself. So that's why I would have gone with the kind of burrito, and then if the meat was good, I'll try other stuff they have there.
Yeah, this was But enough. You guys go try it yourself and report back to us. Let us know what you think. But that's gonna wrap it up for this perhaps final, for now, virtual edition of Drinks Words By. Thank you for joining us and being a part of this virtual experience. We are very excited to be back at the bar, and hopefully you guys can join us then. But until then, David, virtually kick them out.
You got to go home, but you got to get up off this channel.
That's a better one. Instead of take the paper into the pencil and then write a pad, So I don't even know. I
don't know. Old Forester. Okay.
Yeah. But that's gonna
Cheers, everybody.
Yeah, that's gonna wrap it up.
Bye.
We're out of here. Bye. Later.